It's the technology that's revolutionised our way of life, the most frequently used and replaced electronic device in the UK, and our obsession with smartphones shows no signs of slowing down.
So what we see in 2019 is probably about 95% of adults who've got a smartphone use it daily. So that's the most intensively used device which is out there. So after that would be laptops, then you've probably got tablets, a few people have got smartwatches, they'll use them quite regularly, but the number one device is the smartphone.
Your phone relies on a number of minerals to work, including tungsten, tantalum, tin and gold. Tungsten enables your phone to vibrate. Tantalum controls the flow of electricity in its circuit, along with tin, which is also used in the soldering and touchscreen. And small amounts of gold act as a surface coating in the circuit board. Collectively, these four elements are known as conflict minerals.
Conflict minerals generally refer to the 3TG, which is tin, tantalum, tungsten and gold. And normally it's from the east of the DRC, which is a zone that has seen conflict for many years. And it came out of the wars in the early 2000s and the fear that those minerals were fueling the conflict in those areas.
US-registered tech companies have been required by law to publish their sources for conflict minerals since 2010. The transparency has driven improvements, but almost a decade on, aid charity Amnesty International says smartphone manufacturers aren't doing enough.
We went to the DRC in 2015 and we wanted to look at the artisanal mining sector in the DRC, and we found adults and children working in incredibly hazardous, dangerous conditions. Adults were dying in these pits that sometimes went to 70 or 80 metres. They would die in pit collapses, they would die when it flooded, in fires. You know, they used generators to pump air down there, and they told us that when the generator cuts, they have to get out as soon as possible, otherwise they will suffocate. The miners are using hand tools. You know, they don't have boots, they don't have hats, they don't have gloves, they're using pickaxes and hammers. And then on the surface you would find children hand picking, so sorting little rocks. And no one has any protection, so there are huge health risks with this work.
What responsibility do smartphone manufacturers have here?
All companies really sourcing any minerals should be doing due diligence on them. So they should be doing that kind of red flag assessment, looking for risk, identifying those risks, and then basically preventing any issues or mitigating them, and then publicly accounting for them. So, it's identify, prevent and address is the kind of framework we use, and then publicly disclose that information. So, that I as a consumer know what they're doing, but also so that as a sector they can drive improvements together through that transparency. We still don't know what they're finding in their supply chains in terms of risks and abuses. We don't know what they're doing about them, and we can't be confident that they are doing anything about them. They should be proactively going out and looking for those issues and addressing them.
An investigation by Which has found only a few of the big smartphone brands are clear about their supply chain. Apple is far ahead of the other major manufacturers. It falls short in just one area, not making the distinction between its use of conflict-free production and supply chains which are yet to be inspected. Samsung misses the mark in multiple areas, giving no detail about what steps it takes to investigate its supply chain, only saying that it will. Huawei similarly fails to reveal what steps it will take or disclose where any of its minerals come from, showing no signs of committing to inspections. While Alcatel and Doro, more well known for their simple phones, don't publicly acknowledge conflict materials at all. Smartphones have become an indispensable part of modern life. But it's not just their manufacturer causing problems. Disposing of old phones has significant impact too. Take these steps to help reduce their global impact. Keep your phone and don't be tempted to upgrade sooner than you need to. If the power's not lasting as long as it used to, replace the battery rather than the phone. When you do have to upgrade, think about buying a refurbished device rather than a brand new one. Use Which reviews and reliability data to find best buy phones you'll be happy hanging on to for longer. Factory reset your old phone and sell it, give it to a refurbishment or recycling company, or donate it to a charity. For more, visit which.co.uk/ethical electrics.